Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. Today is Tuesday, the first day of August. Happy birthday to my mama. Also, it is World Lung Cancer Day, International Child Free Day, World Scout Scarf Day today, International Mahong Day. What else? Respect for Parents Day, National Minority Donor Awareness Day, National Night Out Day, National Raspberry Cream Pie Day, and National Girlfriends Day. All of those things
never
today.
had raspberry cream pie.
Yeah, that sounds good though, doesn't it?
It does.
Sounds very good. And Lugnaza. What is that? I have to look that one up.
I don't know.
I was gonna see if I should have looked it up before we went on, but while I'm getting ready to find out what that means, I also want to let you know that we've got Tuesdays with Charlie coming up here in just a bit as well. This is Lusana is a Gaelic festival, marks the beginning of harvest season. Okay. It's an official holiday in Ireland, so there we go. That's why I've not heard of it. I'm new here. Thanks for listening.
New here.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. How often do you drop your phone on a typical day? According to a new survey, the average person experiences about 140 moments of phone peril a year.
I was going to say a day.
No, per year. Phone peril would include instances of almost dropping or cracking their phone. Among a panel of 2,000 adults, U.S. Gen Z, ages 18 to 26, was found to be the clumsiest generation. 187 close calls annually. The average person has owned their phone for 2.2 years, and 69% say they currently use one that is partially broken, including 79% of Gen Z. So they're the ones that have the most banged up phones. The most common issues include a cracked or scratched screen, 24%, battery problems, 21%, and overheating, 15%. Be careful with that
My
one.
battery has finally started to give me some troubles.
Oh, yeah.
It's dying a lot faster than it used
Well,
to.
we've had our phones a couple years. That's what happens.
Yep.
All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that you maybe leave that cup of coffee or two or three that you need to function each morning, gives you the extra energy, but the truth is,
It doesn't.
It only lends you an extra jump, but you pay for it later. Experts tell us that when your caffeine boost eventually ends, the drowsiness feeling comes back, and sometimes even worse. Bottom line, the debt you owe to caffeine always needs to be repaid. The only real way to repay it is to just get some sleep.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of bizarre. I can have coffee, not just decaffeinated, like any kind of coffee, and go right to bed. Like, it doesn't affect me that way.
Yeah, me either.
But I still, when I wake up in the morning, what do? I make coffee. But I don't do it because I need it to wake up. I like the taste of it.
Yeah, I enjoy the flavor.
So.
I have maybe a half a cup. I don't even usually finish the one I pour.
I usually have 11 or 12 cups.
Yeah, you have quite a
I might have a problem. I drink the rest. She drinks half a cup. I drink the rest. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Following in the footsteps of movies like Pet Sematary and Friday the 13th, another 80s horror flick is getting a reboot. Living Dead Media is doing a remake of the 1985 classic, The Return of the Living Dead. So, not a whole lot of detail on that yet.
I will go see that.
Walking Dead has a spin-off. They did a big thing at the Comic-Con in San Diego where they announced the name of it. Rick and Michonne Walking Dead, I think is what it's called. I'm trying to read through this. I don't know if I said any of that right. Can you tell I'm not a person that sees any of that? I'm going to just move on because I've heard of this. The Hobbit. You've heard of The Hobbit, right?
I have. I've not seen it, but I've heard of it.
I have nothing against that last story. I just want to make sure I move on because I'm not doing well on that one. A rare first edition of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien was recently discovered hidden in a back room at a thrift shop in the UK. It sold for $13,000. The book had been donated to the store where proceeds were going to go to a medical charity. No way of knowing if the anonymous donor realized they were giving away such a treasure, but it was published in 1937. There were only 1,500 copies printed back then, so that was a really nice gift.
Absolutely.
Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A nursing home has launched a campaign where families with young children can, quote, adopt a grandparent. I love that. It's a way to tackle loneliness among elderly. Heartwarming idea was introduced by Mountain View Home in England after a 93-year-old resident said she never had a granddaughter. Families are invited to visit the care home to spend time with seniors and create multi-generational relationships. Aww. Every month, volunteers drop in with children for lunch, for activities, for games. Researchers say these types of visits are hugely beneficial for both the children and the residents. According to those who work there, they say the smiles are on faces all around.
Yeah.
I love that. That is really, really neat. And that is something I would encourage people to do. If you have the opportunity to do that, it will, I guarantee you will get out of it more than you put into it.
For sure.
I remember our son did that one time.
I was going to go to this.
That did not go so well. Because they said, okay.
It was for school.
Yeah, make a card for your grandmother. And, you know, they were talking about the person that he was going to see. He made one for his real grandmother. And then when everybody else gave one to their adopted grandmother, he didn't have one. And she said, eat your cookies.
She was not happy.
And Troy was like, whoops.
I'm so sorry.
And hey, if you have kids, you know how it goes. Late in the day, the witching hour arrives. Children get whiny and needy. And let's come right out and say they get irritating. To calm them, if you're too tired to deal with it, they say you should start counting down the minutes until bedtime. Well, one TikToker shared a brilliant parent hack for beating the witching hour blues. Whatever makes you happy hour is what they call it. I don't know if I like that. They say do whatever you want for 1 hour, except for screen time. So they said you can't do that. Sit back, relax, let the kids be wild and free and chaotic. Said today we started off with ice cube painting activities. It progressively got messier and messier. Despite the huge mess, the inevitable cleanup was going to come, but this tradition lets the kids release some pent-up energy and allow them freedom in order to avoid pre-bedtime meltdowns.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It's kind of cool, but kind of lost me at that whole free range, let them do whatever they want thing.
I don't think they meant literally whatever you want.
All right. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie?
I'll just give you a little bit silence there.
You just wanted to make us think that you went away. It worked. So, what kind of cool stuff we can learn about today?
Well, let's see what we got here, what my staff come up with here.
Okay.
Hey, you're sitting in your office chair.
Yeah?
You know who Charles Darwin was?
Yeah, I know who that is, yeah.
Who is he?
He was the guy, the theory of evolution guy.
Yeah, the monkeys guy.
Nice try.
No?
He was the first person to put wheels on an office chair.
So that's a different Charles
That's a
Darwin.
different Charles.
Or maybe it's the same dude. His evolution of rolly chairs.
See, he did something important.
Yeah. You know who did the first swivel chair?
Charles Darwin.
No. Hey, wait, that'll be our question. I'll save that till we get to the end here. I'll let you finish your thing.
Well, you know what I'm going to answer.
I know what you're going to answer.
I've told you this once before. I'm going to tell you it again now because you forget a lot.
I do. I forget a lot.
Did you know that Volkswagen sells sausage and ketchup?
Yeah, you told us
We
that
did
once
talk
before.
about that.
But I forgot about it.
I did forget. I also forgot about it until he just reminded me.
I haven't seen it in the stores anywhere.
I haven't either, but it says it's also their best-selling product, selling millions more than their cars.
No
That's
kidding.
crazy.
It's probably a lot cheaper, too.
Volkswagen ketchup and sausage.
I'll have to try some of that sometime.
Ooh, no, don't. It's no good.
It's no good.
Then in 2004, farmers in India used Pepsi and Coke instead of pesticides because they were cheaper and got the job done just as well.
No kidding.
Really?
So they just sprayed some cola on their crops.
So don't be drinking that stuff because it ain't good for you.
Huh.
Well, it'll just get...
Oh, don't. All you Coke people and producers, don't be calling me up.
Well, it just takes care of the pest, that's all.
Let's see here. Oh, for 150 years, whenever a new heir was born to the Anheuser-Busch brewing family, it would be fed 5 drops of Budweiser before having the mother's milk.
No
Really?
kidding. There you go. Sounds like something that would happen
I
in your
was born
family,
into
Charlie.
the wrong family.
Did you do the same thing with Heidi, but with Schlitz?
Oh, that'd give you 10 drops of spit.
No, you wouldn't have shared. That's the truth.
That's the gospel, yes. Hey, then I got one last thing here for you.
All right, what do you got?
People are more likely to make good decisions when they need to pee.
No kidding.
Really?
That's what it says.
I suppose they got to make up their mind, and then they just come up with the right answer first instead of overthinking it.
You can't be jacking around when you got to pee.
No. Come to a conclusion.
You must make good decisions all the time.
Charlie, you always have to pee.
I always make good decisions.
Have you ever gone 10 minutes without having to pee?
No.
Not for many years.
We were riding with him once, and we had to stop at every town. What do we... Let me guess. We're going to stop and pee? Well, you ready for a question from us, Charlie?
Sure.
All right. With the question that you asked me earlier about the dude rolling around on the chair. So who invented the swivel chair? Do you know?
Charles Darwin.
No. Good answer.
I told you I was going to answer that.
I know. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I know.
Who do you think it was?
Thomas Jefferson.
Yes. President Thomas Jefferson. He invented the swivel chair.
Goofing around in his office and fell over or what?
I don't know. Apparently, I'm not sure how he came up with it.
It's rock too or just swivel?
No, it just swiveled from what I understand. I've never seen the actual chair. I believe it is in a museum, though.
I bet Charles Darwin took over and made a swivel then.
Yeah. I'm going to have to look now and see if it's the same Charles Darwin that had the theory of evolution, or if it's two different Charles Darwins we're
I
talking
believe
about.
it's 2 different ones.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I don't know.
The guy just had some time on
If
his
not,
hands.
this guy's just a jack of all trades.
Now that I've made wheels on chairs work, what else can I do?
Maybe he was using his elevation thing or whatever you call it and was drinking and thought, I put some wheels on this thing, I'd fly to it.
Isn't that elevation? Evolution.
Evolution.
Whatever.
He had the theory of Charles Darwin and his famous theory of elevation. Well, I'm sorry, Charlie. That was good.
It's on the old guy. It's all right.
We love you. Well, thank you for talking to us, Charlie.
We'll do it again next week.
That sounds good.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In Victorian times, sausages were called bags of mystery. So They are still bags of mystery. We just called them that back then.
Wow.
All right, fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
The national instrument of Polynesia is the nose flute played with one nostril. Ooh.
Okay.
I'm sure it sounds lovely. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Elephants drink a minimum of 50 gallons of water per day.
That is crazy.
That is a lot. Sometimes I feel like I have had that much. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Crocodiles swallow stones to help them dive deeper. Wow.
Oh, that's interesting,
That's
isn't
very
it?
interesting. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It is possible to be allergic to one cat, but not allergic to another cat. So if you're ever...
Yes, there's...
That's kind of cool.
And that is true. I've noticed that.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Minnie Mouse's first name is actually Minerva. Minnie Mouse is a nickname given to the character, which stuck. So Minerva, Minerva, Minerva Mouse.
Huh.
There you go. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. 41% of brides agree that this is the thing they're most nervous about on their wedding day. What is it?
Oh, geez. I don't have any idea.
Best man speech.
Really?
Yeah, they shouldn't be nervous about that. I'll tell you what, if you're ever a best man, put some effort into that, by the way. I've seen some lousy best man speeches, and I'm just going, dude, you should have put a tiny bit of effort. Like, you were literally the best man, and that's the best you could do. Scoop of the day? No, that's not what it was. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Elon Musk, I don't know if you know this, but he recently purchased a thing called Twitter, if you know that.
I've heard
decision
rumblings
to change the logo of Twitter, and it's no longer the bird, Larry Bird. It's now an X with a black background. And you've got to wonder what he's trying to do there, but he's doing something, and maybe barking up the wrong tree, according to some. A brand expert says there's a reason why so many social media logos are blue, like Facebook and LinkedIn and Skype and Telegram and Twitter, well, at least up until now. Katie Hart, a neurological marketing expert, explains that the color blue is now associated with communication and may help instill feelings of security and safety in users of those sites. Even the specific shade of blue can make a difference. Google changed the shade used for their links when searches come up, and the company attributes almost imperceptible adjustments to an advertising boost of $200 million a year.
Huh.
They say the color blue also calms us down, reduces our impulsive tendencies, and lowers our heart rate. So, I don't know. I think they're reading into that a bit much.
I think they might be, yeah.
Like, he just changed it. Why? Because he could. That's why.
Right.
Weird
They're reading
news.
a bit much into
Weird
that.
news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I'm going to continue with people, or things that people think are the same, but they're not.
Okay.
So this is part 6. I thought we were done with this.
Yeah, so did
But
I.
we have more. Alligators and crocodiles. There are a number of differences. One, alligators you'll see later. Crocodiles you'll see in a while. No, that's not what it is. No, alligators have a U-shaped snout. Crocodiles have a pointy V-shaped snout. So there you go. Holland and the Netherlands are two different things, but a lot of people think they're interchangeable. Part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and Netherlands is a country divided into 12 provinces, including Noord-Holland. So there's like some overlap, but they are specifically two different things.
Okay.
And then the last on the list for today, lotion and moisturizer. Lotion has a higher water content than moisturizer, which allows it to work on the surface of the skin. Moisturizer is a thick cream designed to bring moisture into the skin, which means it's a sealing agent, and it has minerals, oils, and petroleum jelly. So
Okay.
there you go. We're learning lots of stuff.
Lots of
things
stuff.
that we thought were the same, but they're not. It's the list.
They're different.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Today, we have a fun quote here from Peterborough Examiner of Canada. So this is apparently from a newspaper.
Okay.
It says, in order to maintain a well-balanced perspective, the person who has a dog to worship him should also have a cat to ignore him.
That's not a bad idea.
That is funny stuff right there. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. I love this story. This is really kind of a cool story. A teen lost her ring with her father's ashes, and a stranger dug through piles of trash to find it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So an Iowa teen was visiting Corpus Christi and was on the beach. A Parks and Rec employee was digging through tons of trash to help find this for her. July 7th, Emily Dickerson and her school choir from Glenwood, Iowa, stopped at McGee Beach, Corpus Christi after performing at Texas Six Flags. Emily always wore 4 rings on her left hand. She didn't want to lose them in the water, so she slipped them into a subway box and then headed into the water. A few hours later, when she glanced down, she realized, oh no, somebody tidied up and they threw that away. Well, part of that was her father passed away when she was 8, and his ashes he was cremated, and his ashes were put into this ring. It says the bus was already in San Antonio by the time she realized this. I realized I had left them. I was in a complete panic. I called my mom. I told her the situation. It was a huge mess. Emily's mom immediately called the Corpus Christi Parks and Rec department. It was Friday evening. Nobody was really in the office, so she left a detailed voicemail about this cremation band, and it was in a subway box. She never expected anybody to respond. But Monday, Laura Perez, the park's operations supervisor, listened to the voicemail. She remembered Friday afternoon with a bus of over 200 students. She knew kind of where they were, kind of knew where the garbage cans would have been. The dumpsters picked up at 8 a.m. Well, it was 8:30, so she thought there's probably no way we're going to find this. But they went, and they spent some time, and they dug through, and unbelievably...
That is way above and beyond.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Digging through a week's worth of trash in the sweltering heat, they came across some Subway wrappers that had a bunch of rings inside of it. How amazing is that? I love that. I love the fact that they went above and beyond. They didn't have
they
to.
even cared. Like, they could have just deleted that message and gone on with their day.
Next, not my problem. That's what category that goes in. So hats off to all of those people that were involved in making the right decision
amazing.
There. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.